Hey, what's up? This is Hunter Nelson with Tortoise and Hare Software, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about the benchmarking report in Google Analytics and how that can help you get a better understanding of how your competitors are driving their website traffic and how their website is performing in the marketplace. So I'll pop over here to our screen capture, and first I'll actually start off here by getting you to pop over to your just little home report here and flop that to the last 28 days and take a look at the number of sessions you have. And we've got 1,600 sessions over the past 28 days, so divided by 28, and so we're at a 57 average daily sessions rate. So keep that number in mind for whatever your average daily sessions is. And then we'll come over here to the audience report and look under benchmarking here and then channels. So I've swapped my date range to year to date, so January to July 6th, but you can check this like first quarter of the year, second quarter of the year, like basically any date range you want, and understand kind of benchmarks within your industry. The next thing you want to do after you've kind of set your date range is to set your industry vertical. So I've already come in here and put it in the all marketing vertical, and then I've updated my location over here to targeting all regions in the United States, regions being states, and then made sure that my average daily sessions is in the appropriate benchmark range here. So 0 to 99 is the one that's appropriate here. Just be aware too that this benchmarking report is going to take samples from all the websites reporting in this range. So we're at 57 average daily sessions, so naturally websites that fall in like the 98 daily sessions range are going to naturally have more traffic and potentially some other better metrics just because they're a little bit further along. So just understand kind of where you're at within the slotting that you choose here and how that can impact this report. So we see here that there's also 447 web properties contributing to this benchmark. So that's like a high enough number where it's meaningful. If this is like 3, then that's you might want to choose a broader industry vertical or some other adjust your criteria otherwise. So over here on the left hand side we've got kind of the channels that are participating in the benchmarking report, and you can kind of see some other information here on the acquisition and behavior metrics. So like you want to also consider kind of like what your strategy is in relation to your website when looking at this report. So one thing that's kind of really important for Tortoise and Hare is organic search and paid search. So we focus pretty heavily on those two channels, and social being kind of a a secondary one. So you can see that we're pretty good. We're only 13% below the benchmark here, and considering we're in the midway point of the 0 to 99 slotting, that's actually, we're probably slightly ahead of the pack here, and then driving a lot of new traffic pretty much all across the board, but still doing better than other channels with the paid search and the organic search. One thing that kind of really stuck out to me when I looked at this before, we're kind of killing it on bounce rate, so like people are liking the initial kind of landing page that they see, but they're having a lower pages per session in a lot of different areas. So we want to extend some of those like more engaged visits to 2 to 3 4 pages and kind of keep them in. We're missing some information there that tells me people like the initial design, they're not bouncing immediately, but we're not getting those like longer tail sessions that can be like real high duration that tend to drive up these like average pages per session. Another kind of thing that stuck out here is that we're like almost 100% below baseline on email marketing. So we only had 74 sessions come in this year from email, whereas our benchmark group is 1,045. Now, the all marketing industry, there's probably going to be email marketing companies included within that, and they're much more likely to have a high volume of their traffic coming from email because that's their business, whereas we're more focused on like search. So got to understand kind of the characteristics of the business when looking at this report, and like make sure that you're winning in the channels that you kind of want to own. Make sure that you're performing well in the channels that you kind of want to own, because realistically no business is going to be great at all of these things. But I definitely think after looking at this, there's a little bit more room to improve. Kind of conversely, on the email side, we have a higher pages per session, lower bounce rate than benchmarks, higher average session duration. So we're sending our emails to a small list, but that list is engaged in terms of like engagement. Compared to other industry competitors, is that we're actually doing better in terms of sending relevant, engaging emails. So kind of pros and cons there. But yeah, anyways, so I won't go into too much more detail than that, but that's the Google Analytics benchmark report. Again, this report's a really good way to kind of understand some of the competitive behaviors in the marketplace. If you haven't really developed your strategy yet, it's also a good way to kind of like look at your website to get a feel for like what other competitors are doing. Like marketing is a very unique vertical in terms of looking at this like benchmarking report. If you have a non-marketing business, IT company, SaaS company, cybersecurity company, home builder, etc., etc., this report can be a lot more meaningful in terms of what's driving, or what companies are using to like drive their traffic within the particular industry vertical. It can also help you identify gaps, because just because like a lot of people aren't using email, for instance, doesn't mean that there aren't people interested in getting emails. It just means that the people in the industry aren't focused on that particular channel. So definitely a good way to help you develop strategy, see where you're at in relation to competitors, and just get more visibility into what's going on in the marketplace. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're going to be creating all sorts of new marketing related content here on the Tortoise and Hare Software YouTube channel. So subscribe and give us a follow. Let us know if you have any comments or questions in the comments section below. And until next time, thanks for watching.